All right. He said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna go on stage."
And
Hi, everybody.
let's, we're not even wheezing it.
We're winging it. Oh God, we got Ashley and Shay back there dancing.
Oh, sorry. At the background.
What
Yeah.
in the hell? You guys are getting a little bit extra. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to your HMG Weekly Wrap-Up. Clearly, it's a different type of show today. These are not paid dancers.
Don't pay us for this.
It's all natural, folks. It's I don't know what to tell you. We're live here down in Orlando, Florida for Podfest 2026. It's been a great event so far. Today is kind of really the first official day of Podfest, but the gentleman next to me here is no stranger to the HMG network, Mr. Adam Peters, a longtime friend now. He's got the podcast called The Strategic Veteran. If you're on LinkedIn and you've never seen any of his posts, I'm not sure what rock you live under, but it's the guy's all over the place, and he's an AI mastermind in Jedi, if you will.
Let's be careful.
Let's be careful.
Let's be careful.
It's this show's gonna be a little bit different today. Obviously, with Podfest happening right now. But I do want to start the show off by saying thank you to all of the HMG shows that are here. Some of them will be jumping on here in a little bit with Adam and myself. We've got a couple other shows that are here. Go check out all of the great shows that we have. Go to heroesmediagroup.com, support the shows. We'll tag them in probably either later today or tomorrow when I get around to the post-production of this stuff here. And I realized that usually the first thing I do is I share this out so we can get a few of these people. We have a lot of people on the West Coast, so it takes a little bit, and there is a delay here, and whatnot. But diving into it, this isn't your first Podfest.
Kind of. So you invited me last year when Military Creator Con was attached to it. So
right.
I was only here for the one day of MCC.
That's
and
right.
Kind of, I don't know, it definitely seems bigger this year than it was last year.
Very much
Podfest as a whole, because I think we had the other end down there last year, and now we have an entire whole wing of this thing. So technically, I guess this is my first Podfest.
Okay, I could see it. Yeah. I mean, you were here, but this is like your first time interacting with the actual
the events
and the breakouts and workshops and stuff like that. So, what are your thoughts on it so far?
Man, you know how I feel about things like this. Like a lot of the breakouts, I don't really genuinely care about. I'm here to support all of our friends that are speaking.
Right.
Yourself last night, Shay, and yourself tomorrow. Jaina last night. We've got a couple other people. Anika speaking tomorrow. I believe, at early 11:30.
Yeah.
But I'm here because the leverage, the network, the people that you meet. We met people yesterday. A PR lady.
Mm-hmm.
She's JC. Is that JC? Yeah. She's incredible. Who else? Just Luis yesterday, one of my LinkedIn followers. Met him at Treasure Coast Brewfest earlier this year. He's here.
Yeah,
He's here. He actually, James is coaching him. James and Mara with the MCC booth here. And just meeting people. Who did you introduce me to last night? Travels the World, women's networking coach.
There's been a lot of people.
It's just incredible to meet people. Grow the network.
Yeah, it's a fun. These are the types of events that I like to go to because of the networking side of things. I don't typically sit in on workshops here, and what's funny is like you walk around. I've been podcasting since 2012, and there's not a lot of people here. That there's you can probably count on one hand that have been doing it longer than me. That are here, and it's great. But I too, the breakout sessions that I do sit in on, like yesterday, our friend Mark from Empowered Podcast,
That's a good one.
great. He did a great job on
And
that.
Who's the categories guy?
Oh, Sean Douglas.
Yeah, Sean. What
Yeah,
a great.
Sean.
I talked to him after your talk.
Air Force veteran.
Just podcast
Like
master.
that, and he is speaking. He does a lot of speaking engagements, and he actually teaches. Has a class on how to get booked for speakers.
Well,
he's
rebranding his podcast to a speaking podcast. So yeah.
And when he started off, it was he was he didn't say a podcaster. He was an internet radio host, and which was brilliant in and of itself. And then I sat on a panel last night, and don't ask me the title of it because I don't remember off the top of my head. Sorry, Simona. but it was last minute. My friend Simona asked me to sit in on a panel with her and Emily, two women that I work with closely with at HMG through her company, Full Productions and stuff like that. And it was fun. Although I was nervous getting up there, I still get nervous, believe it or not, going up on stage.
Seriously nervous. You had to have
I was
drinking
drinking at noon, trying to loosen up, and by the time I got on stage, I was like, sweating,
shaking,
and then I get up there and they start asking questions, and it was just like Adam, it was like Adam let loose. And they were kind of surprised because she was just like, he says he was going to be direct, and here he is, just but it was fun.
So I have a question for you. So you've been coming to this every single year, correct?
My first year here was in 2020.
So this is your sixth one.
No. I took a big break from it, and the only reason why is because they moved it. So the first one I went to was in March of 2020. And obviously, it was the week before, the pandemic.
We won't go there.
Yeah, and then they moved it to January, and it fell over my son's birthday, and I wasn't going to miss my son's birthday. I said once he turns 21, then I'll come back to start doing events. Well, he turned 21, and it just so happened that they switched the date. It didn't fall on his birthday, so I came last year, so this is my third year here at this one.
Well, so you've been in the podcast game for a long time, and I think it's relevant to talk to everybody here. That's probably watching this has a show on the network or whatever. They probably don't see the benefit of coming to these things, and I used to not see it. And if you're not like into the networking piece, you're wrong already. You should be, but if nothing else, to get confidence for you to continue your show, because what I'm realizing around here is. You have a lot more episodes than most people, at least in my case. I'm seeing, I heard a lot of talk yesterday about doing 12 to 15 episodes an entire year, and I'm doing 100 a year. And so I was like, that's really, it seems like not a lot. What are you doing with the rest of your time? But also, a lot of people talking about download numbers and vanity metrics, how much they don't matter. And I was like, that's actually really inspiring for people trying to get into podcasting, because they really don't matter. The opportunity you can create for yourself with a podcast is, I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Well, there's a lot to take in what you just said there. So let me back up. A lot of people that watch, and those of you that are on, leave a comment. Let me know where you guys are at. If you're on Instagram, I know you're there, but I can't see you. Hello. We got a lot of guys that, I've got guys down in Arizona. There he is, David Gordon, served together in Iraq. Good dude. No, not a podcaster, but loves, big supporter of ours and what I believe in what we do. So thank you, Dave. Good morning to you. Rob, Navy veteran. Also my uncle. Loves the support.
Love the family support.
Also in Arizona, believe it or not, we got a lot of West Coast people, and naturally so, because that's where I spent a lot of time in Arizona. So, but to go back to what you were saying from a podcast, yes, I've been doing it for a very long time, and I've kind of been ahead of my time a little bit. This trying not to like go there.
Well,
It's not there,
so
but-
for those that are listening right now,
Or
what we're
watching,
working
yeah.
on right now with Mr. Bird here is, you all know him well. I know him really well. Super grateful to call him a mentor. However, he doesn't self-promote. So our goal for 2026 is we're going to get him to toot his own horn, to stroke his ego, and to self-promote. So you guys are going to have to
in a
listen to
good
him.
way.
Yeah, in a good way. Yeah, in a not in a malicious way,
Yeah.
but he really does need to self-promote because HMG should climb the top of the ladder
Yeah.
and be the premier
I-
podcast host network.
I think one of the things I've always kind of been the black sheep of different things. Like when I got into this business, I didn't seek out help. It was just kind of like, I got a vision. I see what I'm going to do. It's not being done. I'm going to go create it. I'm going to go do it. And when it came to downloads, years and years ago, the the industry leaders at the time, without mentioning any names or anything like that, they wanted like downloads. They wanted this. They wanted that.
Agreed, right?
Adam Ego. and I'd always said it has nothing to do with that. I think the metrics side of the business at the time was bull. And I had always said it has nothing, like I would rather have 5,000 followers with a 60% engagement rate than 100,000 followers and nobody engaging at all. And it's special, and it's twofold, because when you look at it, like a lot of podcasters, particularly here, they have businesses and stuff. So they're either selling products from their business on there, or or they've written a book or something. They've had some type of material thing that they're selling. So everybody wants numbers, and now for the last several years, I've coached new podcasters that are coming into the business, and I tell them, if you're going to monetize your show, the biggest thing that you as the podcaster need to educate the people that want to monetize your show or support your show is they're going to ask the wrong questions. They're like, well, how many, what's your reach? Great. How many downloads do you get? And my response to that is, I said, I hear what you're asking. I said, but the question that you should be asking me is, what are my engagements? Because if I tell you that I have, and I literally explain it to them, just like I said earlier, it's like, hey, if I have 5,000 people following and I have a 60% engagement, that means if I tell somebody to go check out this website, out of that 60%, if I can get 20% to actually go check it out and 2% buy, that made your money.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's a numbers game, but people don't know what they don't know, and you just need to you educate them on that, and that's been my thing. Now what we're seeing in the industry, you've heard it yesterday, is people are like, it has nothing to do with downloads. It's all about engagements, and that's something I've been saying.
They've been
it's something
preaching all day yesterday,
and it's something I've been saying for several years now. So,
and I think the other, just walking around the expo yesterday, seeing all the different book publishers,
Yeah.
right? So that's the new thing. That's the new way to monetize your podcast. Is there's a company I'm really interested. I'm going to play with it when I have time after the convention's over this weekend. But you literally just take the RSS URL, upload it in there, and it will crawl using AI, of course,
right,
and tell you how to create a book out of this. And they talk 2 weeks to manuscript, 30 days to publish. I'm really interested to see how this goes,
right,
because I've been pitched for my own podcast
right,
by really expensive companies.
Right.
I've been quoted $12,500, but I've also been told that I have enough content out there that they can create 5 or 10 books out of the content that I put out, which is close to 200 episodes at this point. And I'm just like mind blown at how just unique ways there are to monetize now.
Yeah.
Like it's not just sponsors anymore. It's not just ad revenue. You can create books. You can create a series of books. You can create, like that I saw AI course creator for
Right.
podcast. Interesting stuff.
So one of the things that I did, this is probably about 4 or 5 years ago now. I said, hey, let's take your podcast episodes, and we're going to just take them. We're going to transcribe the episodes. We'll clean them up, and we'll create a book out of it. And at the bottom of the page, or that chapter, or that episode, if you will, the episode turns into a chapter. You put a QR code
that links back to the episode.
And you can kind of listen to it as you play along. It wouldn't be like verbatim because you're changing it up as far as verbiage and stuff, but that's a big thing. I've been, Ashley's here. She was one of the flash dancers that you saw in the background at the beginning of the show. She's done children's books and stuff like that. We've helped publish on that. Ashley, you want to step in real quick, if you would, please? So,
okay, guys, I got bad hips. I should have done those dancing.
So
earlier.
Ashley is an Army veteran, has a podcast. Right. Well, here, why don't you say it? What's your podcast now?
Hi, friends. My podcast is She Birthed the Vibe, with a mother-daughter conversation about broken relationships and how you can mend that relationship.
Okay. And you also write books and stuff.
Yes. So I own a bookstore, Word Unite Bookstore, and I've written 10 books. And I help independent authors sell their books by traveling in a traveling bookstore. So I go state to state on military bases. I'm on a hiatus. I'm not doing that right now. But I was going to tell Adam, which is I'm going to make an announcement right now, that I'm going to do a bookstore podcast because while I'm not traveling, I can podcast with my bookstore. And I don't know why I didn't think about that before, but Podfest kind of ignited that. Right now. So that's what I'm going to do in the meantime until I get back on the road with Word Unite. But I do have a plan to expand Word Unite bookstore because indie authors, even being here, I've talked to a lot of authors and indie authors still need help with that reach. And my traveling bookstore was really a great effort in direct sales.
I love it. Thank you for being here.
Yes,
appreciate
thank you for having me.
Absolutely. What were you saying?
I come to Podfest.
Yeah, bring her over. We got another show here. I'm going to bring another guest on here real quick. So, and we'll get back into the book side of it here in a second.
Hey,
but one of the things that we talked about earlier, you guys remember a couple months ago, is we had, I was talking about this particular show, Senior Living Guide, and how some of us that are on here right now watching need to really pay attention to some of the episodes, myself included, and I got a lot of shit from some of the guys. Like, who are you talking about? You guys know who you are, and I love you. But the host of Senior Living Guide, Darlene Mahoney, is right here with us. So, Darlene, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and why don't you tell the listeners just a little bit about the show and how long have you been podcasting?
Yeah, so the SeniorLivingGuide.com podcast has been around since 2020. Oh, yeah. Yep. COVID, that's when we launched. Mm-hmm. It's got over 120 episodes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we talk about...
I forgot how many episodes you got?
I started losing track. I don't even know anymore. I know once it hit 100, I was super stoked. And then, goals met, let's move on. But anyway, so yeah, our podcast episodes really are created with content to help seniors and their caregivers, really everything from A to Z. So our topics range from dementia, which is really a top of mind topic, but we also talk about mental health. We talk about just healthy living. We really want seniors just to be happy and enjoy their life. And then caregivers as well. We want them to be able to do the best jobs that they can and also have the best life as well as they're caring for seniors and their loved ones. But we talk about all kinds of different things.
Yeah, and I the one thing I like about this show is that, me getting a little more seasoned in life now, and whatnot, you listening to it and you're like, oh, someday that'll, I'll worry about that when that time comes. And then you realize, shit,
I'm close.
That time's like now, like what happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's been very eye-opening, and we're blessed to have you on the network. So thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Appreciate
we made the joke about a UTI yesterday. That's a podcast I haven't released yet. We're going to talk UTIs.
Yeah. And it was a very eye-opening. It'll be out soon. Yeah.
Absolutely. Stay tuned for UTIs.
Oh boy.
Can't wait.
Thank you, Darlene. Wow. Yeah, I got nothing. I have no idea how to follow up with that one. What What were we talking about?
Books.
Is that what you're calling
Season.
it? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm calling it season. You can too, sir.
Is David getting old?
I'm biting my tongue on that one. I'm not
Oh,
answering that.
you're not gonna- you don't-
I love him.
You don't want to start a fight in
I
the
don't want
comments.
to.
Huh?
No. Yeah, he's I think David's a little bit older, but he's one of those like tough guy, like cowboy. Like he doesn't look his age at all.
Yeah.
He's still.
He's got some gas left. in the
He's
tank.
there's a lot of
He's
diesel.
laughing,
There's a lot of
he's
diesel
laughing.
left in that tank. Lance Henderson. That name sounds familiar. I haven't seen that name in forever. Golly. Okay. What else? Books and stuff. Speaking of books, let's go back on the book topic here real quick. I got another person here. Let's bring her over. Shay.
Yeah. Ready?
She was one of the another one of the dancers. So Shay, I'll tell a little story about Shay here real quick. Shay and I met here in 2020 at Podfest, and I was on a panel at Military Creator Con, and she came up to me afterwards and she says, "Has anybody ever told you you have resting bitch face?"
No way.
I did.
Really?
Like for real.
Wow.
That's
What an
how.
opener.
I'm bold.
That's how that conversation
Wow.
started.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I play.
And yet, 6 years later, we're sharing the stage tomorrow. Well, here, I'll let you tell them. Why don't you tell them a little bit about what we're doing, what we're talking about and stuff.
Yeah. What a full circle moment.
Yeah.
Really. We met at Military Creator Con 6 years ago, like Adam said. And immediately after that resting bitch face comment, we just clicked, right? We talked about purpose. We talked about so many meaningful things rather than just business, rather than transactional. And so I knew immediately, like I came to that Podfest looking specifically for an editor, knew immediately he's the guy, like this is who I need to work with. And over the years of working with him, we just really grew into like sharing ideas and pouring life into each other. And I was like, you know what, we've got something here. We need to like figure out how to create and attract more people like us. So number one, we created the Maker's Machine Inner Circle for purpose-driven entrepreneurs and creators. And then we started speaking together and sharing a stage. So we talked on the how to, what was that on? About purpose, finding how to get, like, fuel your passion, fuel your purpose and profit. And last year, right? And now we're speaking on the art of the interview at Podfest.
Yeah.
So complete full circle. We met 6 years ago, and now we're speaking at the event we met at.
Mhm.
And it just goes to show that when you invest in people, that investment comes back like 1,000 in return.
Yeah.
Right? And I just feel like,
Well, how many of us from the machine are here?
well, that's
now?
just it.
That's
So
like-
we have, so we have like a girls retreat on an Airbnb from the girls from the Maker's Machine. So I do want to shout them out if that's okay. Can I take over for just a quick second?
Sure.
But I also want to shout out my guest who is part of Maker's Machine, because this series of my show, the Shay Sparks Show, where I interview military and business leaders on what it means to invest in people. Hello, what I just talked about. My guest this week is Julie Deem. So Julie, if you can come here for a second. So Julie is part of the Maker's Machine. She is an amazing mom, amazing business owner, amazing podcaster herself, and podcast editor. And I knew that I wanted her to be part of Maker's Machine when we first met a year ago, right after Podfest. So she's also part of Maker's Machine too. And so it's funny how we're just all here hanging out, enjoying, sharing energy, all of that. And her episode came out today. So awesome.
Go download it.
Yeah, so
Go
go download
download
it.
Thank you for having me. Maker's Mark. I call it the Maker's
Mark?
Mark
Wow.
all the time.
What's on
Every
your
time
brain?
I'm always calling it the Maker's Mark group. I'm like, I got
I
this
guess
Maker's Mark.
9:25 is a good time to start.
I like the Maker's Machine.
Let's get a waiter over here, please.
I said I don't normally join networking groups. I don't like to spend money, and I don't like to spend money to hang out with people. So, joining the Maker's Machine was like the only reason I joined it was because of Shay. I really clicked with her from the very beginning, and then from day one when I showed up to the group, it was such a special group, and I've been there for now a year. I love hanging out with these guys. They are some of the most authentic, real people. I mean, they have no trouble calling you out. This is not like a, hey, let's all be like positive all the time kind of a group, which I appreciate. And it also doesn't feel like, car sales either. You're not like in here just passing our business cards around hanging out.
Never
Yeah,
salesy.
It's very intimate, very transparent, and very real. And so if you're somebody like me who doesn't like to spend money, doesn't like to network, for sure come hang out with us because we're that kind of group.
Wow. Well, thank you, Julie. I didn't know we were going to commercial.
Did she just call us cheap?
That's exactly what just
frugal,
happened.
practical, and frugal,
I'm
and
not sure how I
efficient.
feel about that. Right?
Listen,
We are the Timu networking group.
we are not the
Come-
Timu. I did
Come
not.
visit us.
The kids are calling it doppelgangers. We're not doppelgangers. We're a legit group, and we would love to have you there.
Oh, thank you, Julie. I had no idea she was going to say all that, but we just, if you want to join us, let Adam know, and we'll keep connected.
Thank you, Shay.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
You're welcome, Adam.
And she goes up to the bar now to get a drink.
Right.
That's what I was gonna-
Jesus. All right. So about those books.
Yeah. It's Rich. Good morning, brother, from Honduras.
Rich, what are you doing in
Rich.
Honduras?
Yeah, I could take a few stabs on that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that one alone. Yeah, it's I guess it is time for a drink this morning. It's 9:30. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. I'll wait till noon.
Wait till noon for lunch.
I'm not speaking today.
Well, then you have no reason to drink.
That's true too.
I have other party favors that we could,
What are so, moving on?
I mean,
So this has been there's book stuff. Let me ask you this: AI has been a big thing in everybody's life now, and it kind of feels like we've been dumped on with AI. Whether you think it's a good thing or bad thing, my he's doing army training. All right,
I got it.
all right. What does AI mean moving forward right now, as a whole, whether it relates to podcast, business, and this is kind of a loaded question.
What do I think?
What do you think? What do you think of AI? Because here's the thing: you're the AI guy, right? And I've told you this before. You really took it. I mean, you bought into AI and some of the processes that it can do, and I wasn't a big fan of it at first. We've had this conversation offline. I think it's taking jobs, doing this, doing whatever. But I see that you use it as a tool. It's just like it's just like anything else. You use it as a tool. There's good things and there's bad things, right? So how do you look at AI moving forward?
Well, I'm going to spend 5 hours today in one of the breakout rooms,
Right.
listening to a bunch of AI talk. Whether it's useful or not, I don't know. So that kind of gives you it's the future, man. It's everything right now. It is the thing that is lowering the barrier to entry to anybody who wants to be an entrepreneur, who wants to start any kind of thing, who wants to execute on an idea, it can help you in your personal life. It can become, some kind of talk therapy type therapist for you. It's just incredible. It shortcuts so many things when used right and used as a tool. You can figure out so many different things. I gave you a thing yesterday to help you self-promote yourself.
Yeah.
And in 3 minutes, you had an Instagram post ready to go. I don't know how it performed, but that's what I mean. Like now you have a starting point, and you can now leverage AI to then go back and analyze what worked with that and how do I just think that, it's it's here. It's as dumb as it's ever going to be. It's a tool. It's not the answer. And so don't get confused on that. It's not the answer.
I think that's the big thing. People think of it as like, oh, I can be lazy now because I have this tool that's going to do everything for me. And that's not, you cannot, here's the big thing, and I cannot stress this enough. AI is a tool, and it's in your life. It's happening right now. It's not going anywhere.
It's been in your life since the mid '90s.
Right,
but Series AI.
But it is not the answer to everything.
No,
you have to keep the human factor.
Not only that, but you have to be able to think critically.
Right.
You can't.
Well, that's a lost art.
It's such a lost art. I say this a lot, man. Like we as a society have lost the ability to think critically.
Yeah.
And that's where you get in trouble with AI. Like when you go to, I use ChatGPT. I use them all, but ChatGPT is my primary, just because I've been on it for 3 years, and it knows the most about me, which I'm sure people think that that's scary, but also you're walking around with a supercomputer in your pocket that listens to you, so data privacy is not real anymore. So take that for whatever it is. That's my opinion. All opinions are my own. I wasn't paid to say this, but I do think that like where people get wrong is they go into ChatGPT, they ask it a question, or ask it to perform a task, or give it an answer, or write that paper or that email, and they just copy and paste. They don't read it. They just trust the AI. You can't do that.
Right.
Like you just can't, particularly if you're coming into a fresh instance of ChatGPT where you've given it no instruction whatsoever. Like you're setting yourself up for failure. Yeah. So that's what I mean by think critically. Like look at the outputs that you're getting, read through them. I spend a majority of my time prompting and reading. That's really what I spend my time with AI doing.
Now, you use AI in your business, or you have a business that consults and help other businesses perform said tasks.
Correct.
Or you help other businesses kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, automate certain systems to shortcut, and again, not necessarily answer everything, but it helps their systems and answers.
Just
not answer,
automating, injecting AI into. Look, I mean, there is some truth to AI is going to take people's jobs, and it's really not going to take people's jobs. It's going to take people who refuse to learn how to use its jobs, right? But the goal of what I do with the consulting and with the automation side of things is to take business processes, particularly like local service-based businesses who don't have a budget for technology, who aren't using technology, and to automate their processes. Look at their SOPs. Where can we use automation and AI to shortcut a lot of these things? Like what can be done? Can it be answering those emails that aren't super professional or just time sucks, right? Like repeatable time sucks. For me in my podcast, it does all of my show notes. It leverages the transcript to write my show notes. Is it the most effective? Could it be better? Absolutely, it could be better. It's not SEO optimized. I don't know how to play the game, right? I don't know the SEO game for YouTube. That's where I could hire somebody to do that for me. But for the time being, until I make more money with the podcast, it can do all of my show notes. It does all of my intros, right? Like I have a form that you fill out when you come on my podcast, and it runs through an automation with a very specific prompt to leverage that information to then write an introduction about the person that's coming on. That's 30 minutes of my time that I've gotten back. Now I spend 15 minutes, 10 minutes reading the introduction, putting my own spin on it because there's a human in the loop, or completely scrapping it and changing it altogether. But it's just a massive amount of time I don't have to spend doing things like that, right? Something else, like educating people on actually how do you set up a large language model. Like that, you'd be surprised how many people have no idea how to do that. I'm surprised because I live in the world, right?
I take offense to that. I'm critical all the time.
What does it say?
David said he's critical all the time.
I mean, that's fair. So many people are. Look, I understand I'm an outlier in the AI space, right? Like I'm the 1% of people who have adopted this, who believe in this, who are all in.
I think what I've liked about it, and that's, how hard it is for me to say that, is I've never been good at writing. I've always been very direct, and sometimes I need to put a little finesse or English on it, and AI kind of helps me finesse it a little bit where I'm not so
and I'll tell you too, man,
direct.
Like so here's an example. You can take a text message thread you have from your phone, download that data, plug it into a project on your large language model, and now you've eliminated the barrier of AI not sounding like you because it's got examples. It's
Right.
got,
Right.
right.
So,
And
it's what you're feeding it and how.
yeah, absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the best advice for those who are just getting into AI or want to learn how to get better results out of a large language model, the first thing you need to do is stop listening to all the gurus and finding different prompt structures. Have a damn conversation.
Yeah.
I use a tool called Whisperflow. It's really cheap. If you don't want to pay for it, you get like a generous 14-day free trial. It's really cool because I can just speak to it. Right now I'm doing it at like 300 words a minute because it tracks all of that. I've written like 4 novels with how much I've spoken to my computer. It just shortcuts everything. Natural language, the way you talk, it's why I recommend this tool with the large language models, because it will start to pick up on how you talk,
Right.
and it'll start to
And then it can
remembers
mirror
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it'll give you that back.
Right.
You can then go and in the system instructions for the main system instructions for the LLM, you can upload a voice template,
Yeah.
right? Like a brand voice or whatever. There's so much that you can do.
Right. And we're seeing a lot of that here at Podfest too with the AI stuff. Like Adam said earlier, half of today is a lot of AI.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Breakout sessions and stuff like that. So this is a great event. I love it. We'll probably do some videos that I'll post on social media a little bit later. We got our friends James and Mara from Military Creator Con. Let me give them a shout out real quick. April 16th, 17th, and 18th in Arlington, Texas. So if you are active duty, veteran, a spouse, or even a military child, come on out to that. This is an event you're not going to want to miss at all. It's going to be a banger of an event.
Some heavy hitters.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And I know I'm on a panel with Lisa Fairman. It's
Yeah.
going to be awesome. She's amazing. I know I'll be giving an AI talk
And
there.
this is the first time. So just a back real quick. Military Creator Con started here at Podfest.
Yeah, it was attached to Podfest,
it was like a micro conference within the bigger conference. 2026 this is our first year where we're taking it out of this, and it's going to be an event of its own. So we're really excited about this, especially for the military community as well. Again, April 16th, 17th, 18th in Arlington, Texas, just outside of Dallas. You don't want to miss that. Go to militarycreatorcon.com. Get your tickets. They're on sale right now. If you got a business you'd love to support and sponsor, there's different sponsorship opportunities there as well. I want to bring.
If you don't have if you're not a creator or you don't have a podcast or something, still come, because that's the whole point of it. Is to get more of our community to see that what's possible. You create the life that you want for yourself.
And one of the other things I want to talk about real quick is there's a gentleman here who I met in Philadelphia earlier last year for the Army's 250th birthday. Tom Long is his name. Tom I met in Philly last year. He has a company called Apex
Business Alliance,
and he's also now on a board for the National Social Media Awards. And I'm going to have you talk about that real quick.
Okay. Good morning. Thank you for having me here,
Yeah.
Adam. I greatly appreciate it. Everything that you and do for the veteran community through Heroes Media Group. So I'm honored to be here. But yes, being on the executive board and the Veteran Affairs Director for National Social Media Awards gives us the first year since National Social Media Awards was started 7 years ago. We have a nominee category, nominee in every single category, all 26 categories. So it's the first time that we have a beautiful platform and a place to be visible, to be heard, and get the veteran emphasis out there on what it is that the social media veteran and podcast veterans out there are doing for the daily impact of the community outside of just inside the veteran community.
So really what he's saying is what's the website?
National Social Media.usa. So NSMA.usa.
Okay. And each category, you said there's 26 of them.
Yep.
As you go down, you check it out, you can see the different categories, give us the name of a few.
So
I think
social media influencer of the year, beauty influencer,
And so
different stuff like that.
each category, you can nominate a veteran
Correct.
from social media into that particular category. This is the first year that they're doing it. It's going to be held June 7th out in Los Angeles.
At the Avalon Theater.
At the Avalon Theater, the famous Avalon Theater.
Yes.
Out there in LA. They've been kind enough. The HMG is going to be supporting that. We'll be out there doing lives on the red carpet that night as well. So we thank you for being here.
Absolutely, yeah. And don't forget, HMG is supporting so much that they came in as one of the sponsors. So keep tuned to what Adam has for his listeners, the ability to do what he's going to do for you. It's absolutely amazing, and I'm super excited about what he's going to be doing. So God bless. Have a great day, and thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so we got a lot coming on this coming year.
Didn't know that was happening.
Yeah, it's there you go. Now you know.
Now I know.
That's it.
Now the wheels are turning.
Yeah, you want to go to LA in June?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully to get an award, maybe.
Yeah,
That would be
yeah.
cool. Like grow the brand a little bit. Turn on to what.
And it's stuff like this. I had met Tom, like I said, at the Army 250, and I linked up with him through another network that I've been a part of and whatnot. So it was just kind of. And Tom's been on the show. I've interviewed him before for the Army's 250. Speaking of 250, America 250 this year. America, 250 years of kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah.
Regardless of what's happening in the world and what some people think, we are still the greatest country in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I love it. So that being said, I think we're gonna call it. Because I think we got some other people walking around, and we got some stuff that we got to do today. And in full disclosure, real quick, because you guys know me, I had no idea what we were going to talk about today. I knew we were going to be here. I'm backing up the bus right over top of myself, and it was nice having. Here's the thing: I could not be here if it wasn't for Adam, Ashley, Darlene, Shay, all the shows. Rich was on here earlier, and all of the shows at Heroes Media Group. And I got to give a special shout out to Pushing Back Chaos with Chris and Mellon. They did their 100th episode of Pushing Back Chaos, and they did it live in Sydney, Australia. So Chris was down there and met up with Mellon. Mellon's from Australia, lives in Australia, and you want to talk about how cool this community is. 100 episodes, and Chris with the job that he's in the military. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Mellon being a veteran of the Australian Army and Air Force, lived in when they started the show. Mellon was in the Middle East, and Chris was doing his thing all over. So they had to link up, and then there was a third person, Raph, or AKA Tio, and Raph flew to Australia to surprise Mellon on this. So Chris and Raph have put it together, and there's a big video. It's got like 50,000 views now on social media, kind of like a reuniting. So, guys, Pushing Back Chaos, it's been real, and congratulations on your guys' success and your 100th episode and what's to come from all of that stuff. Check out all the shows at heroesmediagroup.com. You can see their social media links. Please go follow them on social media. Show these shows some support. We created this network now going on 11 years. This has been something that has been absolutely amazing. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for these guys here. Hey, David, appreciate you, brother. Have a good weekend, man. With that being said, guys, we're going to wrap it up because we got to get back to Podfest. We got a full day planned here. And we got I'm on stage tomorrow with Shay doing the – Shay, what are we doing? Art of the Interview? Art of the Interview is what we're going to be doing tomorrow. I can't remember. That's that old age thing, I think, that's kicking in. Anyway.
Just get on the stage and wing it.
We're gonna get out of here. Protect your minds. Get off the internet. Don't get the 45-degree syndrome this weekend. Get outside, have a good time. God bless you. God bless America. I love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.